Okay, here we are back again. They had an additional reservoir. It kind of slides into a little slot right there. Just kind of got to pull it up and it comes out. It doesn't drop down too far, but I'm tracing the wires. Let me see if I could get it for you here. Tracing the wires. This harness right here goes and connects to the pump. It goes up. And right here, it appears that the previous shop already tested it. They just probed the wires. They kind of just poked a hole in them to see if there was power and ground. All right, so here we are. I'm testing this green and light blue wire. I got this tool that kind of pierces the wire. Just tied it up right here and it pierces the wire, and then you can get a better reading. So right here I got power. I assume that's what turns on the module. Let me turn off the key and we shouldn't have any power. Shouldn't have any power coming to this same wire and into ground. And we'll turn the key back on. Should be supplying power to the module. And right here should have positive, battery positive. Got 11.1 volts. The battery's been on a little bit. We're not gonna let it get too low. Now I have this tool piercing this big red wire that supplies power for the pump. See, we got power going there, and it should be hot at all times. Yep, right there. Now I have this one connected on the big thick black wire, and that should be ground. As you can see, that's what we're getting is ground. So we have power and ground going to the module. To test the other things, you know, I'm gonna have to sort through all these wires. I'm really not gonna do that. I'll probably just drop the pump down and see if I can slide the connectors up through this area, this little hole area, and just plug it into the pump itself. So next thing you see is you might see the whole pump dismantle. All right, here we are. To remove the pump, I'm probably going to start by removing the hydraulic lines, the pressure line right here, and this line right here, which is just a clamp. Let's see if we get a better view. It's just a clamp. We'll remove those and I'll be back in once. Alright, so after I loosen the hoses, the pressure hose right here, and this hose, it seems like the pump kind of tilts down, so I have access to all the connectors. Let me get the light back there. I have access to all the connectors. There's 3 connectors. The power supply, I already tested this black and red wire that used the big thick ones. I already tested those. And there's a light green one that's on this connector. I already tested that. We got power and ground. Alright, here we are at the wire diagram. I'm about to test this wire right here to see if there's at least, you know, if the communication line is working, the CAN high speed, which is a gray and red wire. Already got it back probed. I got the boss climbing up there to turn on the key to see if we got any signal. Key on? Alright, right here, it appears that we have a signal right there. We're not going to really determine what's going on in that signal. I just want to make sure we're at least getting a signal coming back saying, you know, there is at least a signal coming to this module. The next wire I'm going to test is this light blue and red, which is the CAN low speed. And right there, I got it back probed in the CAN low speed, and we do have a signal there. It doesn't look too crazy. I got it set at 20 volt. The only reason why I'm doing this is just to show you guys, you know, that we do have a communication, and to confirm that it is the power steering module. I do have to have the scope connected to the ground. That's the good thing about sorry about that. That's the good thing about having a power probe. It already has a ground set there. You just connect it there. If you really want to see what the computer's showing, it's best to ground it out on the same ground that the computer is using, and you can see what's going on. But we're just gonna do a quick test. We're already gonna replace this pump. I'm pretty sure this is what it is, so we'll be back once we get the pump all replaced. All right, here's the old pump. It's all out. I probably would have to remove this and then these brackets that are on the pump. Let me go to the new pump and show you it. Right here's the new pump. It is aftermarket pump. We called the dealer. The dealer said that they didn't have it. We already have the car here. We kind of got to get the job done. Haven't had too many problems with aftermarket, even though everybody does seem to say, oh, use original, but we're just gonna give it a shot. Let me connect it all up and then we'll go on from there. All right, here we're back. We're all connected up. It's 210 bolts on this bracket right here, and then it has another bracket right here. Another 210. What's that? Oh, go for it. And then clamp. Go ahead. And then it has a clamp right here. Now we're gonna just install it all in, put in the connectors, and then start it up. Well, we're gonna add the fluid, and then we're also gonna have to reprogram this. I'll show you guys how to do that too. So yeah, let me put it all together and we'll start from there. All right, so we got the new pump installed. I haven't tightened these. These are 12mm nuts. Okay, will need to be tightened. 1, 2, and then let me see. There's a third one right up here. Let me get a light up in there for you guys. There's a let me see. There's a third one right there. It's a 12mm as well. It has 3 connectors to put on. I saved this hydraulic line for last. Again, it's a specialty bolt, size 17. It has 2 copper washers. One on the bolt. You put on through here, through the pressure line, and then one on the other side of the bolt. I'm doing this with one hand. It's a little. All right, as you can see, then we just start tightening it up. It's a size 17. Once I got this all together, we're gonna put in the right kind of fluid this requires, and then we'll go on to the programming. All right, guys, we're back here with the Mazda 2004 Mazda 3. I just installed the power steering pump, and I just want to show you how before I couldn't communicate with the module. We're gonna just look at the data. The key is on. I got the battery being charged right now before we program it, and right here everything pops up. Like I can see everything. I didn't do this before when we were first testing it because it said no communication, but look, when I go on the codes menu, let me hit memory codes. So wait, no codes present. I don't know if you guys can see that. I can't really see on this small screen, but right there it says no codes present. Before it said could not communicate with module. So I'm gonna go ahead and say, yep, it was the module. I mean, we already installed it, we already tested it. It was getting signal from the high speed, the low speed, it had power. And it also had the turn on power. That's a big thing, is to check to see if there's a turn on power, a specific wire that powers up the computer and turns it on. It usually only turns on when you turn on the ignition switch. Sorry about the noise, you know, it's also a business here. We're also working on other cars. The power steering does work now, but it does have a slight delay, so that's where probably the programming is gonna fix it. I'm gonna say, yeah, the programming will fix that, but you know, if you guys are gonna do this on your own, you guys can, and you will have a, you know, power steering, but it just has a slight delay. Let me start it up real quick. Right now it turns easy, but when I came in on Saturday, the sucker did not turn easy, but it seems like it has a slight delay, like right here. I don't like that. I don't like how it has a little slight delay, but the power steering pump does work. So if you want to get rid of that slight delay, probably you're gonna have to reprogram it. So that's what we're gonna do, and I'll record that next. All right, guys, I already did the module reprogramming. I'm blocking out the VIN. Don't really want to give that out. I'm sure my customer wouldn't want me to. In order to do this, you're gonna need a J box right here. I'm using the Autel Maxi Flash Elite. So far it's been working on most of the cars we've done. So I already finished reprogramming it. Now I'm just about to go and take it on a test drive and make sure everything worked out. All right, I just took this Mazda 3 for a test drive. The steering and everything turned out to be all right, so I'm gonna consider that a fix, and we're all set to go.